I turned on my headlights, but it's a little foggy out. We're gonna stop by the gas station, get ourselves a coffee before we start in the day. Let's get into it and just see what we have in store for us. To say the weather has not been very kind to us is pretty much an understatement. We have been doused, drenched, and quite frankly swamped out with the amount of water going through our creek beds, and it is causing a lot of problems for our roadways since most of the town's streets are a gravel base. I don't think that's going to be a problem for my mail truck, but I gotta start by running my mail route since I'm the local postal man. That's why we're starting so early in the morning. I also work for the city public works, and I think later today we're gonna put in a call because we have to fix one of the gravel roads just outside of town going to the co-op. There was a truck that was trying to go there over the weekend and the ground was just way too swampy and the road speaks for itself. But I'm gonna run my route, get all of this mail delivered, and then we're gonna go and check out that road to see just about how much gravel we're gonna need to fix this. This is the road that we're gonna be looking at. I got 2 houses that I'm gonna need to deliver to. I really do not want to get stuck. Come on, LLV, don't let me down. This is where the semi got stuck, and as you guys can see, they tore up the road. We're gonna have to haul in quite a bit of gravel in order to fix that. Just got a few more stops down on the highway, and I think that finishes our route. I'm really hoping that the grass dries out later today because I would love to go out and mow the yard, but I'm just not sure if it's going to be dry enough. We're going to head down to the Public Works office. That way we can start analyzing the tasks on the job board. We got a plethora of equipment that we have to work with. We got to mow the park, do water samples, which I might just have Daryl go do that, and mow the ditch sides along the highway. I think we can make that work. And that Komatsu will be the road grader we use to get the road fixed. I only work on township roads. I am not a part of the county, which when we look up at our PDA, the roads that we need to do that classify under our jurisdiction are the county road that leads all the way out of town, which this is the patch area we need to work on, all the way up to this intersection, this road, and this road going all the way down to the store. And these are all private driveways, and occasionally we can get called out to work on the co-op's road. And over in the bottom left, this is the guys that take care of all the rest of the county roads. So they got all the rock, they have all the materials, wood chips, sand, you name it. That's who we order our supplies from. We're gonna do the mowing of the ditch sides first. And while we're getting this tractor warmed up, we'll give the county a call to at least get an order from the rock truck. That way we can prep to get the road grader out. If any of you guys are new to my channel and you like the content you are seeing and want to help support, please consider dropping a like down below and possibly consider subscribing. I like to have a lot of fun and I try to do content that really connects with you, the viewers, or to us smaller town folk. Ooh, this Ford sounds real nice. This is where having a wider stance tractor really does help from a stability standpoint, but I only do 2 passes going down to the dealership and then coming back and then the same on the opposite side. To all of my people that might be doing roadside ditch mowing, what is your setup? Let me know down below. I'm running the TW24 along with an iMac rotary mower. I might go into the code and change this to be a mulcher because if you see the chains underneath, that would just mulch this up. That would not leave this grass clumps on the ground. But for the meantime, I can live with it. Hey, it's a little soupy down in the bottom. I'm kind of slipping. What's Darrow on? Oh, sweet. So you got the order in for the rocks. What's nice is I don't have to do that side because those are all residential properties. They got to take care of that themselves. It's getting a little steep. If this map seems very familiar, you are correct. This is Forest River, North Dakota. That was very famously used in FS22 as our Grandpa's Farm Series map with Austin Farmer. But I wanted to utilize this map for a different purpose than last time. So we are going to combine homeowners and public works under the same roof because you can do all of the work in town and we also can just have a nice small homestead. Back when I worked for the Game and Parks, the guy who ran our flex wing mower was using a Ford just like this, but it had a big Land Pride flex wing that was almost like tan. It was, I think it was before they were bought out or they basically became a branch of Kubota. This would be a really nice tractor to have on like the old school series, but I can't keep adding tractors because we still got to use the big bud. The actual county building should be open, so let's grab one of our pickups, head over there, and just kind of see where they're at. Believe me, if we had a dump truck big enough to do the job ourselves, we would, but this is my only dump truck, and to fix that county road is going to take a lot more rock than what goes in this bed. Oh yeah, these guys are ready to go. Look at that monster. That'll lay some gravel. See if Thomas is in here. Thomas! Hey! You got my rock? I had to shut the camera off. He said some not nice words to me. All I can tell you is that he said they're getting loaded up shortly. We're going to be using the white rock because even though it sucks to drive on, it's a lot bigger stone. It'll help us make a firmer base with using less material. And hopefully that can lay a firm foundation so when we go back over it with a smaller rock like this traditional brown rock, it can settle in the cracks and make a smoother roadway. As it's a little brighter out, we can actually see here is the extent of the damage. Not really great, and this is where the guy got into trouble, and we can see that the truck did not go to plan, and it ate up this corner. So from a broad point of view, this section's fine, but it's right in front of this guy's house. This spot, I think, was just more of dirt and mud that was flung off when getting out. But there is our main spot we need to repair. Let's start by dumping the rock, and then we will come back with the road grader and fine-tune it so it can be packed down and ready for transport. You know what I mean. Do what I mean, not what I say. Just make this quick, because otherwise this truck's gonna get stuck. That's all she wrote. I'm gonna hope that that's enough material. We'll try and pack it in while we're already here, but whoa, look at how much that's settling. That is crazy. If we need another truck, I'll just come in with my dump truck. I don't think we're gonna need that much more. Now we just have to dig out the grader. I don't think we gotta move a lot, but I could be wrong. Please don't be a lot. Please don't be a lot. I think it's just a skid steer. That's fine. Heck, we might even be able to squeak it out without moving anything. Just tilt the blade really sideways and work my magic. Yeah! And there's a Ford there. Dang it. Wait, can't this thing, like, turn in the middle of the frame? Yes! Grab walk. Best road grader ever. Now I just have to figure out all the different controls for this. Let's get our blade tilted right first. We want probably close to a 2-inch gap. Just spread it out. You see it pushing all the old stuff up over the top. Man, I don't think I could have set that blade any more perfect on the height-wise. That is making a very nice pass. Yeah, we might need a little bit more rock. That's all right. I can do that with my dump truck. I seriously don't think we could have done this any better. Probably 2 more trucks from my little dump truck, and I think that'll cover all of it. You can most certainly feel the weight on the back, that's for certain. There is truck number 1, slightly. Ooh, we're gonna get a little bit past that. And I'll probably come back from this direction on pass number 2. Try and slow down to get a thicker layer of rock. Save a little bit. Here comes the next one. Need to get like a roller of some sort to come over this. I don't know why it's not dumping right there. It just refuses to dump rock. Of course, in like the slightly worst spot of the entire road, it just refuses to dump rock. That makes sense, right? Now let's try to make this road almost as perfect as it's gonna get. Lovely. Lovely. Slightly feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but every time I go through it, I seem to pick up just a little bit more scrap to make the ground even a bit smoother. Whatever you do, do not hit that loose gravel patch on the end. I have zero clue how well this is actually going to work, so we're just going to put a hope and a prayer up that it actually works fantastic. Hey, that's smoothing out the bumps rather nicely. That's really all I'm after, is just trying to get these massive humps out of the way. Camera's a little wonky on this thing, but that's all right. Might try and push that mound of rock down, because if someone were to hit that at full speed, that would not end very well. Going off-roading with a roller, but... oh! There's a tall mound of rocks. Uh-oh, don't high center it. A little too much, I guess. I think the road turned out good enough. Let's head on back to the homestead, and I'll kind of show you guys what's going on there. And I believe the grass dried out enough that we're going to mow the yard. Today is absolutely gorgeous. Even the fog all cleared up. Roads are starting to dry out. I don't think we need anything in the garage, but I could be wrong. Only can fit one car in this thing anyway. I got my workbench on the left and another toolbox on the right. But heading to the backyard, I want to put a pool right in this spot, but we're going to have to grade it out at some point and haul in some sand. Trampoline, every now and then you have to tie that sucker down in these horrible Nebraska windstorms. Well, this is North Dakota, but same difference, Midwest. Apparently, I can't figure out how to shut any doors because someone could have just taken all of my stuff. Oh, that has to go back down to the city shop because we had a Husqvarna that we bought a bagger kit for, and I just told him I'd keep it in here until we could figure out where we're going to place it. This is my mower. John Deere GS45. You guys do not remember or do not know what this mower is? This is my real life mower. I grew up with this. My dad would walk behind it all the time. And I finally just put my foot to the grindstone and I converted it to 25 and I did it the right way. It's got a 5-speed gearbox on it. Usually you always mow in second or third depending on how fast you want to go. With a 14 horsepower engine, this thing is awesome. And I do not need to have my vest on. Why do I still have the vest on? There we go. Vermeer shirt. For those of you that might ask, is this mower ever going to be public? I don't know, because I just kind of wanted to have it, and yeah. So that part is undecided, but it feels nice to just have something that really is close to home for me. I even put my Andy Clean sticker on the side panel like I have on my real one, and this thing does a fantastic job leaving a really nice cut. We might set you guys up with a little bit of music and time-lapse mowing the yard, and we'll check back in when we get a little bit more done.
Old glory flying on a 12-foot cedar pole. Daddy standing by trying to kill them yard mowers. Yeah, the clothesline holding our Sunday best. Now mama get them down round about sunset. Yeah, some folks think it's a little bit odd, yeah, being country as a dirt clod. Country as a dirt clod. Spit!
We'll have you guys head down to the comments section. Are you as a pain in the rear about your lawn as I am? Because I'm a person that I like to put stripes in my yard, and I've already mowed once this season. Pulled the mower out over the weekend, got the place looking really nice, the striper working. And this mower is really doing a good job as well. I thought it'd be having a couple more issues from a collision standpoint, but I'm very impressed with it for the most part. And in real life, this thing, it's not a zero turn because it just clamps down on the one set of wheels, but it can turn on a dime. And 4 mile an hour might not seem like a very fast mowing speed, but trust me, when you're behind this thing at full throttle in third gear, you're walking pretty quickly. At some point, I always wanted to get the bagger system that comes on this mower to work, but I think I'd have to make it where the mower deck is a separate attach item and then script it almost like how the Husqvarna is in the mod hub, which it's definitely possible, but the time that I have anymore these days is just so much harder to justify putting time into mods. Another big reason why I'm using this mower compared to, say, the Husqvarna Zero Turn is that the yards that I've had previously, they always were way too big to really justify using a mower like this. Well, on a property like this mower is almost perfect. It's a 54-inch deck. If I ever do make the bagger system work, you can bag it, you can mulch it, you can mow it. But for the meantime, it gets the job done. And speaking of jobs done, there is our yard. Let's head down to the tavern and get ourselves a bite to eat for lunch, because we are going to have to go and mow the city park afterwards. Wow, this place is packed. I mean, I know it's good food, but still. Leroy, Davis, how we doing?
A few moments later.
You guys stay out of trouble now. And Leroy, anyone to tell you you look like Corey, just older? You guys have a good one. I gotta go get some mowing done across the street. Tom's Lounge is a really great place to eat. Highly recommend it. They got really good specials there too. But here's our trusty Husqvarna. And luckily this one does have the ability to mulch. So let's drop the deck and get mowing. You know, it's been a while since I mentioned anything about these guys, but if you want to know some of the tools that I use to help make my videos and content a lot better these days, I highly recommend you guys go and check out Spotter Studio. Spotter Studio is the brainstorming engine that I use to help with title generation, thumbnail generation, or thumbnail assets, as well as prompt ideas. One thing that used to really hinder my channel's growth was titles, all right? I sucked at making titles. And when I started using the tool, I can mix and match words to figure out what words worked best to grow the audience that I can reach to with my channel. So to content creators that want to try and make your life a little bit easier and you are serious about trying to become a content creator, there's a link down in the description down below for 14 days which you can try the software to figure out if you like it or not. I swear sometimes we need to put up a sign or like some stakes to tell the guys who mow this place what the boundary lines are. It's always like a car and a half past this little parking intersection and then halfway in between here and the gas station. They never mow this. They just mow around the park. Now we can move to the inside. And the other thing we're going to have to do is cut the spots across the road. I don't know about the next guy, but I really like to do a 2-headland system when I mow. That way when I go to turn the mower around, it makes the grass look like it has a little bit better of a cut quality, while also looking a lot more symmetrical. Maybe I secretly am like a 58-year-old man that's just trapped in the body of a 22-year-old. I care about my lawn way too much. One thing I hope we don't get too many calls on this year is down trees. We do have a wood chipper that we're able to go out and clean up some brush with, but with the last storm system that came through, it surprisingly did not take down too many. Now we do have another one that's upcoming in the forecast that's looking like it might hit a bit harder, so we're just gonna have to be on call and ready to go to get the power district on. Possibly check on all of our backup generators because the water tower here has a backup generator, the fire barn also has a backup generator, and the sewage water treatment, that also has a generator. In the case of a blackout where we might lose power, it's always good to make sure those things are in check, and that is something that I will take care of after I finish this up. Looking snazzy. I think that's going to be about all the time we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning in to the Homeowners Public Works series. If you have some ideas for the public works, be sure to let me know down in the comment section down below. Other than that, make sure to keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fresh, and most importantly, keep it fun. We shall see you guys on the next one. This is the Rental Man out. Peace.